Welcome. Starting off this Halloween makeup look with this CYO foundation and this Sigma flat top foundation brush. Just going to squirt a little bit of that right on the brush because we're only doing half our face. The other half is going to be painted, so it doesn't need foundation. So just buffing this into the skin with that brush. Not going to use any concealer or anything like that today. Just foundation on half the side of my face will do. And going over my eye and under my eye. Now going in with the Spectrum palette from Profusion. Using that orange shade right there. And only on one eye, of course. Half our face, we are going to put that orange shade right in the crease. And really build this color up. Really need this orange to show through for this Halloween makeup look today. So just building it up little by little. You don't want to put too much at one time, so we don't have fallout. Going in with just any black liner and putting this all over the lid just to make the black eyeshadow stick better. And then we're just going to quickly blend this out. And that is a little concealer brush that I had, came in a set from Walmart. And then going in with any black shadow will do, but this is the 8-pan palette from Wet n Wild. And then tapping this all over on the lid. We're not going to use too much at one time because that does create fallout. So little by little we're going to pack this color and make it really black. So, and then right here just using a different little concealer brush and going under the eye with that same black. Just building it up. Like I said, you don't want to put too much at one time. We've already put the foundation, the base on our face, so I'm not trying to have any fallout. Going back in with that same orange color that we started with and just buffing the edges because we don't want them to look too harsh. And we really do want that orange to show through. So just kind of buffing that back on there and then buffing some orange under the bottom lash line. And then here I'm just showing what I've already kind of drawn. Just right here, just going to draw through what I'm going to paint on with this orange Halloween body paint. I did pick this up at my local Walmart, and there you can see what I drew. And just now going to paint all the spots that we drew that need painted. So down the neck, in between the little lines I drew on my chest and most of my face, but just not where we did the eye. So right here, just going to build up that orange paint color. And I'm just using just a regular flat top brush. Going in with this black color here. And this also is Halloween face paint that I picked up at my local Walmart. And just going to put this all over the left eye, which is your right. But just going ahead and filling that whole area in. We want it totally blacked out. And doing that again with the same little concealer brush. And then the same thing with the mouth. Blacking the whole lips out and what we drew over. And just using that same concealer brush. No need to switch up anything. And then also right here where we drew out the nose part, and there you have it. Voila! That part's done. Now we're going to go back in and second coat the orange color because it wasn't opaque enough. So just deepening that orange paint color. And here we're just going to go in with that same little liner pencil and just fill in with that on the waterline. And we're going to do this on both eyes. Just blacken out the waterline. And then I needed to make that a little bit more black. And then going in with this shadow again. And I did just set that whole eye area that's black. And going in with this little tiny liner brush. And making little stitches here. Just like you would see on a scarecrow. So here I'm really just sewing my mouth. And you don't want the lines big. You really want them like little and going any which way like string would do. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to do that all over the mouth, all the way around. And as you can see, I just make little strokes and then go the opposite way and then back to the other way. Just like little liner marks. Going around the whole entire mouth, doing that. This looks time consuming, but actually did not take that long. So, surprisingly. And had really fun doing this look here. Actually enjoyed it. So, and then we're going to do the top of the mouth now, the same thing. As you can see, it looks like little stitching. And we're going to stitch now the top. And I love this little liner brush. This came in that set I got from Walmart. It was like 20 brushes for 10 bucks. I mean, this is fantastic for Halloween makeup. But here, just speeding this up, stitching our mouth, making it look like we have a sewed mouth. And then done. We're going to bring out the edges and do the same thing, stitch them up. Just gonna go on the other side, drag that out, and also put some stitches on that side, and then we're gonna go back to the other side because it looks like it needs to be a little longer, and then stitch that side up. Looks pretty good now. Gonna move on, going to use the Maybelline Lash Stiletto Mascara and put it on only the one eye, which is my right, which would be your left, and give that a few coats. I do like this mascara, but it is no good for volumizing or thickening lashes. It just makes mine longer. But today for this Halloween look really doesn't matter. Everything's pretty much just black, so I would like my lashes to probably look longer than thicker at this point. So that's why I chose this specific mascara. I'm just going to go in with a second coat of that. Try to make a little bit longer. I mean, my lashes are already naturally long, so don't have to work at it too much. And there you go. Done with that. And now we're just going to go fill in between all of the little like scarecrow things we did. Like, guess what that would be, the straw or the hay, but in between there we're going to go in with black. And we're starting to like shade and shadow everything in. This here, these little details, is what makes the makeup look come together. All these little details here. Just filling in all those little lines and then darkening up what I have already drawn. And then just quickly going through and going to fill that all in. And like I said, little details is what makes a look a great look. You can draw and put lines on your face, but if you don't add the little details, it's not going to look the same. So right here, we're just blending everything. We don't want anything to look like we just literally drew a line on our face. So always blend, even eyeshadow, anything needs blended. And then just gonna go ahead and draw the lines down to match what's already on my chest. Making this half scarecrow, half pumpkin come together. And it doesn't have to be perfect, just whatever you prefer. I'm just drawing down little lines, and then we're also going to like blend those out. I don't want to look like I have just lines on my face, but all these little details make such a big difference, like blending. And here, everything doesn't have to be like perfect or anything like that. Going back in with a little bit more of that paint and then blending here. And you can see as I blend, it changes the look of what we're doing. So just going to go through and blend all of the lines that we drew on our pumpkin face here, just to make it look more authentic. And then going back in with that liner and sharpening up the outside line, where my pumpkin face meets my regular face. Just make that sharp and to add some edges and points. All that stuff makes a really big difference. So I'm gonna go do that, shade that in right there. Just going on ahead and finishing shading up our edges right here on our chest. It looks pretty good though. So I think I'm done with the shading part. And also gonna fix my eye. Not enough black for me. I needed a little bit more black for my liking, and there we have it. That was super duper fast. And then we are gonna go in and paint the rest of our chest with that orange paint. Looking good so far. And using just that same brush that we used before, and going in with our orange Halloween paint and going down more paint down the chest just to blend everything together and make everything look seamlessly. Just adding a few more last minute touches and done. This is the finished pumpkin face, half pumpkin look. Trying to move my camera so you can see what I did on my chest, but there you have it. Looks pretty cool to me. Actually, a lot of fun doing this.